Going on, people, and once again welcome back to my channel. As always, I do want to apologize in advance if you hear a lot of bumping and shit. That's because I have a lot of foot traffic in my house right now between my brother and like kids and all that shit. So just letting you know, if you hear some bumping, it's because of them, and I do apologize for that. But continuing on with the showcasing that Sony had done a couple of days ago and looking at the trailers for these games, I'm probably going to react to 2 or 3. I mean, you'll probably find out how many videos I'm going to be reacting to in this video here, according to what the title of this video is probably going to be once I get done recording. But a lot of you don't know is that I am a fan of the Souls series. Now granted, I've only played Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne, and I've also played Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, but I don't consider Sekiro to be actually part of the Souls series. I actually do have Dark Souls 1 and 2 on my PlayStation. I just haven't gotten around to playing it. But Demon Souls was the original Dark Souls, basically, for lack of a better way of explaining it. Demon Souls came first before they made the Dark Souls franchise and Bloodborne and all that stuff. But I'm a fan of the series. I still can't wait for the Elden Ring to come out. I really want to know what's up with that one. But let's go ahead and hop into this trailer here, because I don't want to take too long, and let's see what this has to offer us.
Of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world...
If I'm not mistaken, I think that this little location right here is called the Nexus. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that that's what this little place is. The Nexus is the hub world that you go to. I'll explain after this video.
The world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Ooh, this shit looks wonderful. Oh my goodness, this shit looks amazing. Okay, so I can assume, because those of you who aren't familiar with the Souls franchise, they kind of had this thing where it's an online thing that you can do, right? And basically, other players that's playing the same game as you, they can leave messages for other players to find in their gameplays and shit. Like, there'll be some people that will leave a message telling you that there's like a secret passage somewhere in the room, things like that. So I think this is what this is. Like I said, I've never played Demon Souls before, so being able to play this shit on the PS5 will be like my first experience with the game itself. That's one thing I'm noticing too, is the actual person that you're playing as, do they have like a voice? Like when they're actually swinging the sword and shit, you're actually hearing them make sounds. This is crazy. And just him running, he's making sounds. Like the only time you hear your character make sounds is when they die or get hit. Uh-oh. They're traversing the fog. I mean, unless traversing the fog in this game has some different meaning than, you know, the other ones, like Dark Souls. Okay, so that's the... Is that a fog gate? Okay, so this is an actual boss battle he's about to head into, I'm sure of it. What the fuck? This shit looks amazing. Oh my god. Yo. Damn, what? This shit is, oh my goodness. Were those...
I shall await thy return, Slayer of Demons.
Dog.
PlayStation.
People, oh my god. This fucking game looks fun as hell. I mean, I'm pretty... Yeah, obviously it's gonna play like all the other Souls games that came out after it, but to see it remade and look like this, like I said, I never played the original Demon Souls game. It came out on the PS3 and I wasn't even aware of what that game was going to end up turning into. I never played Demon Souls and I never played the first Dark Souls, which both came out on the PlayStation 3. With that being said, this is the hypest I've ever been from a game like this, a remake. This shit is amazing. And I'm assuming that, well, I don't know about this boss here. I'm going to assume that this is probably like the first boss that you fight when you start off in Demon Souls. But the boss even looks fantastic. Oh my goodness, man. This shit looks great. And then from what I heard from the first, like the reveal trailer for for Demon Souls, I heard that this is the Tower Knight. I think that's what it's called here. All this shit looks just great. But the point that I was trying to make before I played this video here, as far as like Demon Souls, Dark Souls, and Bloodborne being similar, is that in each of the games, you have your regular bosses that you fight. But then you have the important bosses that you fight in the game. Like, for example, Demon Souls, I heard that they were referred to as archdemons, if I'm not mistaken. Because in Demon Souls, it's all about slaying demons. And Dark Souls is all about slaying people who have like these powerful souls, and basically you're working your way up to what is it? Light a flame. Damn, I just played Dark Souls 3 like months ago. I can't believe I forgot like the plot of this shit already. But basically you're trying to prolong the age of fire in Dark Souls. Bloodborne, you're killing these beings called Great Ones. So each game kind of has that element of, you have your regular bosses and then you have your more important bosses, which are the cause of a lot of shit that's going on in the world that you have to defeat and stuff like that. So honestly, looking at the gameplay for this game, and I was trying to say something about the Nexus, and that's the Nexus is basically a hub world, and in Demon Souls, you have to go through these gates that lead off to different parts of the world. So it's basically like a level. You go through a door and you go to one level that has like multiple worlds in it. Then you come back to the Nexus and you go through the next gate. I think that's how that shit goes. And that's only if it's actually called the Nexus. So let's move on to the next one.
Magic, both beautiful and powerful, binds together our long history. That common bond we share is the legacy of Hogwarts. Now it is time to add your own story to these hallowed halls and, quite possibly, shape the future of the wizarding world. Every corridor, every portrait, every stone in this castle tells the story of witches and wizards who came before. Here you will meet lifelong friends and grow into your own magical abilities in the classrooms of the world's most talented professors. And while your journey begins at Hogwarts, brewing potions, taming fantastic beasts, and mastering spells, there is a larger world beyond these walls. A world filled with dangers you can't yet imagine. An ancient knowledge long gone from this world. That strange and mysterious talent you possess may be the key to unlocking this dormant power. Your potential is limitless. But what form will it take? The journey ahead will reveal what you stand for. The choices you make now will define the legacy of Hogwarts.
Hold on. Next year. Okay.
PlayStation.
Okay, so this isn't a console exclusive, but it is coming out next year. Okay, now, I'm not necessarily a big fan of the Harry Potter series, and it's not because the Harry Potter series isn't good. I just remember the Harry Potter movies being so long for each movie that I just like forgot what the story was. Like, obviously I know what the plot of the first one was, but all the other ones after that, because I think all the movies that I've watched, I think I probably didn't watch. I think probably the third to the last movie is the one that I left off at in the Harry Potter franchise. But I mean, I still understand what the general concept of the game is. You are a wizard or a wizard in training, and you're going to be going around learning spells, just doing shit. So I guess we can assume that this game is going to be some type of RPG style game. And the idea of being, I mean, based on what it's showing us here, is basically saying, I mean, as far as I know anyway, that this is going to be some sort of open world style Harry Potter game. And you're going to be fighting bosses, which are creatures like this. And honestly, that right there is enough for me to want to get the game myself. You're going to be fighting creatures like this. It's going to be open world RPG. You're going to be making friends. And I'm assuming you're going to be able to create your own character as well. So honestly, I I will probably get this day one when it comes out. I just want to see some like actual gameplay of the game. Not saying that gameplay itself is like the only factor in whether I would get a game or not. It's just with a game that intrigues me this much, I want to see some gameplay and how shit's gonna like function in order for me to actually want to get it. But overall, this shit was a good trailer. I'll definitely get it just based off of the trailer. I would definitely get this game as soon as it comes out.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant.
My boy right here almost looked like Noctis for a second.
And only the dominant.
How do we even know the girl will be among us?
Our kind do not question orders, we follow them.
Sergeant, let's summon their icon.
Icon? That thing's a bloody mountain!
Okay. You got Shiva.
Our foe will not relinquish their mother crystal easily.
I'm sorry, y'all. Like, the only Final Fantasy games that I played, I know that each Final Fantasy game doesn't connect with each other, you know? Like, Final Fantasy 15, like, that's a game, the Final Fantasy game that I played and beaten. I played the Final Fantasy 7 remake. I know well enough that each Final Fantasy game is its own story. Like, there's certain elements from the other games that carry over to the next, like chocobos and the summonings and shit. Like, you get like Ifrit, Shiva, what is it? I don't know the other ones' names, but I know that you got like certain elements from other ones that carry over onto here. Let's just continue.
This will be a bitter fight.
You should not be out of doors. We have discussed this. Come, Joshua. Your father will be expecting us.
I am Joshua's shield. I'm sworn to protect him.
See what I'm talking about? Oh, excuse me? That's kind of... Damn, that shit's dope. I mean, kind of has that Noctis ability a little bit with the teleporting and shit. What the fuck? This shit looks insane.
It was the Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not?
Without the blessing of the Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of the blood.
Bro, what?
So, I sent in the Dragoons.
This shit looks great.
Do they really mean to invade us?
Dude, what?
It's the Archduke's son.
The Phoenix.
Joshua! Stop this!
What the fuck?
Second icon of fire. But that's impossible. The legacy of the crystals.
Are they talking about the summoning crystals?
Has shaped our history. I'll kill you. If it's the last thing I do.
Oh, man. Console exclusive. I said not available on. Okay, so it's a limited release. Mwah! That shit was great. I love that shit. I can't really say nothing about the story, but because I'm not really familiar with the Final Fantasy franchise altogether. Like I said, I've only played Final Fantasy 15 and Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and the only other Final Fantasy elements that I've actually played outside of the Final Fantasy games was Kingdom Hearts. So that's like the only exposure outside of the actual Final Fantasy series themselves that I actually experienced Final Fantasy characters. So if they're talking about the crystals, so I'm assuming that it has something to do with the summonings and shit, and how, I mean, I'm just assuming. And honestly, this seems like a game that I would definitely fuck with day one. I just hope that they take their sweet time with this game here. Look how smooth! Look how smooth this shit is, man.
What does it matter?
Oh, man. Honestly, I can't fucking wait for it to come out. I guess we probably have enough time to move on to the next one. So let's go ahead and hop into the next one.
Cold to change out here.
Spider-Man suit looking fresh.
Dang, I'm late for Mom's rally. Subway card, check. You got the house key? Yeah, I got it.
Come on! We're gonna be late!
Hey! Dude, I am so filling your suit with snow. Are you still wearing your suit?
Yeah, just in case.
It's gonna be fine. See, this is my favorite part of living in Harlem. Pop-up street fair, best food in the city, awesome music.
Okay, so just letting you know now, because as far as the DSLR being recording for up to almost 26 minutes at this point, the camera's going to cut off at like 29 minutes and 59 seconds, so I'm going to have to like restart the the video as soon as it's done. So
Man, this would be great for the last beat I was working on. I should get back into mixing.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So what do you think about Rio Morales? You gonna vote for her?
It's still hard to think of Mom as a politician. She's been a teacher my whole life.
Similar skill sets, right? Corralling people, educating them, making sure they don't throw things at each other.
Hi, I'm Brian Horton, creative director at Insomniac Games.
Oh.
We're excited to show you this first look at gameplay from Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales.
No.
Our story picks up
talking.
1 year after the events of the first game, and we find Miles' new home, Harlem, is in danger. Trouble brews while Miles' mom, Rio Morales, leads an election rally. A war between the devious energy corporation Roxxon and the Underground. A high-tech criminal army led by the Tinkerer starts to break out. In this gameplay sequence, captured on PlayStation 5 hardware, the Underground attacks Roxxon, sending the rally into chaos.
I think I'm familiar with the Tinkerer, because I'm pretty sure that the Tinkerer is a Spider-Man villain, obviously. And the Tinkerer is a person that like makes, once again, I apologize for all the bumping and shit you hear in the background, but the Tinkerer is somebody who like makes all these like high-tech gadgets and shit like that for villains, or like sell them off to people who want it. I think I'm not really all that familiar with the Tinkerer. I just heard of him
in a fight that spills onto the Braithwaite Bridge, where the Underground tries to steal Roxxon's experimental energy source, Newform. Let's take a look.
Go, go, go! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Let's not shoot each other, all right?
That shit looks dope as fuck though. Bitch, get your stupid ass out the way. This ain't about you.
We're after the new form. Ignore everything else.
Hold up. Okay, so this is the Tinkerer right here. Oh, I was expecting like an old man. This person is like all high-teched up and shit. Like he's probably around Miles' age. Well, he seems like he's around Miles' age.
Then grab as much as you can carry.
Is that a woman's voice? That's a woman.
Keep him busy.
The bridge is coming down!
Bitch.
I have to stop this!
Damn, this shit is amazing. I know I've said that about every game so far, but dude. Hold on one sec, I gotta restart this video. Well, restart the camera, I'm sorry. Now we're back on this shit. Once again, I do apologize that if you hear all this bumping and shit going on.
People are trapped over there! I have to push past these guys! Where is he? Kill you!
Damn, that shit took his health all the way down. Yo, this game is about to be live, bro.
No. Everybody get out!
Oh, this shit is crazy.
Don't worry, I got you!
This shit is crazy.
Those people! They're trapped! I've got an idea! I need something they can cross! No!
Come on, Miles.
I can stop this!
Don't do this. How many times has this happened already? Damn. Bro, what? I mean, obviously I don't have to wait to understand that this is also a PlayStation exclusive. Okay, so here's the trouble that I have trying to understand. Is the person that was wearing that mask and hood and all that shit with the shield and everything, was that supposed to be the Tinkerer? Because when I went on my phone for a little bit, I looked up who the Tinkerer was, and obviously, like I said, it was an old man, and what I heard sounded like a female. Now that is the part that I'm trying to understand. Is that supposed to be the Tinkerer in this game, or is that just the leader of that group, and the Tinkerer is just the person who is supplying them with these weapons? Because, I mean, if that's what it is, then that's understandable too. I just thought that it said that, well, it did say that the group was led by the Tinkerer, so that's probably who that is. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar, like I said, I'm not familiar with the Tinkerer like that. I just know that Tinkerer, from the last time I looked them up back then, was like an old man, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, obviously this game is going to look good because the Spider-Man game that we got on the PS4 looked good. This is just this is basically a Spider-Man game with just better graphics. So I mean, obviously it's going to look good. The gameplay is going to be, you know, live as fuck, obviously. And then, you know, with Miles and him having his own abilities, you know, separate from the Spider-Man we all know. Obviously he's going to have like electric abilities and being able to turn invisible and shit like that. So this game is good as fuck. My only thing is all this shit that's going on, because we all know that Spider-Man lives in Queens, right? But you can go through different boroughs in New York. So this is kind of happening, well, kind of in the same area anyway. Where is Peter Parker Spider-Man going to be during all this shit? And what type of things are we going to see in this game that's going to affect the Spider-Man game that's going to come out after this? Because, see, this is the thing. I feel like this game is more or less like a kind of a bridge, something that's going to happen in between the last Spider-Man game that came out and, you know, Spider-Man 2 that's going to come out after this game, that's going to like shape some things that's basically going to have some consequences in that game. So I wonder what's going to happen, especially since Miles and Peter is coexisting in the same universe and shit. And I know that they always, like, I guess in like one version of Spider-Man that they existed in the same universe, but, you know, Peter Parker Spider-Man eventually ends up dying. So I wonder if they're kind of like going to build up towards that. And then, you know, at the end of Spider-Man PS4, you know, you had Harry. He was in that tank, and it looked like he had that symbiote on him, because, you know, at the end when his dad Norman was like leaning up against the tank, you know, it seemed like the black stuff that was attached to Harry touched the tank that his father was touching. So that looks like that could possibly be we're gonna have like the Venom symbiote, you know, having Venom in the next Spider-Man game, and I hope that that is the case. But all in all of these games was good as fuck, man. I'm not gonna lie, all of these games is good. What am I more anticipating the most out of all of them? Obviously it's going to be Demon Souls, because that's, like I said, I like the Souls franchise. I love this shit, man. You know, I love that. So, you know, I can't wait for that. I don't know, all these games is just great. Like, this shit is, like, all of these games is just amazing, man. They all just look so smooth, just good. I just love all of these games that were shown here. I know for a fact that these games are going to be more expensive, because they was already talking about, you know, whether this all these games is going to like cost $70 now instead of just $60. And even though it's $10 more, it does seem like that shit is just way too much for games. And since, you know, they're not going to go from I guess, you know, $60 to $70 a game like this, because they already said that it's basically like Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. This game is basically going to be like about $50, somewhere around there. So I don't know, we'll see. But overall, the games look great. I can't wait for them to come out. So with that being said, Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll put the link in the description box for all 4 of these fucking game trailers. And I will see you guys in the next one. All right.